All right, BobalosRex here, and as you can tell from the title, we're talking Void Assaults and Ritual Sites. All right, because they will still be available in the next patch. All right, so I want to talk about them, what's going on with them, and to deal with them because we did get some updates. So as you can see, like I showed here, we got the 2 ritual sites we know, nothing new there, and then we got the Void Assaults out we know there, and then we also still got Val and Nagtal and all their quests and whatnot are still going to be up, but there are some changes. All right, and we're going to go over those changes, and I'm going to be linking this blue post because this also goes over class changes, the latest class changes and all this stuff. But I'm going to be linking this part because we got an update to what's going on with them. So I'm going to read this and then go over some stuff on the vendor and some recommendations for what to do before and after the patch. All right, so ritual sites. So ritual sites tiers 1 through 6 vault rewards have been updated to match the season 2 delves tiers 1 through 6. So they're not making the ritual sites harder than they are right now. So that does mean as we gear up through the expansion, that feat of strength for ritual sites will get easier. All right. Ritual sites now reward season 2 crests equivalent to delves at these tiers. Tiers 1 through 3 remain the same as season 1 recommended item levels and tunings. New recommended item levels for tiers 4 and 6. Tier 4 259 was 257. Tier 5 268 was 264. Tier 6 275 was 274. Like I said, I don't think they're changing how difficult these are. I think they just adjusting the item level to be more in line with season 2 item levels. And then the tier 6 advanced ritual studies quest will no longer offer a nebulous void core bonus roll reward. The quest remains available to complete for the relevant achievement. Okay, again, like I said, they're keeping all the stuff, the achievements and all that stuff for this stuff, which is good. Void assaults, void strikes, void incursions, and the weekly quests will now give season 2 adventure quests. Then we got Void Touch Caches. These are the vendor I'm going to go over in a second. New Season 2 Adventure Warbound Caches available for 200 field accolades. New Season 2 Veteran Bind-On Pickup Caches available for 500 accolades for a random slot and 750 field accolades for a specific slot. The Season 1 gear caches have been removed. I'm going to go over this vendor change, alright? And I'll tell y'all what to do based on that. Now, Val and Nagtal, World Quest Rares and Elites will now grant Season 2 Adventure crests in both normal and heroic world tiers. Alright, so both in heroic and normal, alright, are dropping just adventure crests. Alright, they're not really differentiating the two going into Season 2. Rare equipment drops will remain Warbound 2 equipped and will now drop at Season 2 Adventure 1 out of 6 on normal and 4 out of 6 on heroic. So you're only getting adventure gear out of Val and Nagtal on heroic and normal. Alright. World boss and weekly quests will offer season 2 adventure quests in normal world tier and season 2 veteran quests in heroic world tier. Alright. So the world boss and weekly quest, alright, will give adventure quests in normal and veteran quests in heroic. So heroic may be kind of worth it early on, but there will be better ways to get veteran quests. All right, there's going to be better ways to get veteran quests than heroic world tier. Then we got Then we got world boss drops will remain as season 1 drops and can no longer be upgraded. All right, yeah, because season 1 gear, I am going to show what happens to season 1 gear in this. And then so those will still be able to be converted to those season 1 tier sets. All right. So the world boss drops won't be as good, but you will be getting veteran quests from the quests. All right. And then the mythic quest rewards from knocking it off top heroic will remain as season 1 rewards and can no longer be upgraded, but you can still convert it to the mythic appearance. So if you need a cloak, bracers, or a belt for transmog purposes for season 1 on mythic, you can do that quest and get that stuff. All right. Now let's go over the caches that I wanted to show off here. But first off, let me show you what happens to Season 1 gear. So, I'm wearing Season 1 gear on this character. You see how, there's no longer upgrades? So this was a heroic piece. It's just static. This is also just static item level, alright? But then, these were the items on this vendor, alright? So I bought the rewards from this vendor weeks ago when it was the old stuff. So 246 for the normal caches and 259. Now, in the patch, alright, you get item level 266 adventure gear that can be upgraded to 282 adventurer. Alright? So, using adventurer crests, alright, you could get 282 item level. But remember, in that first week, you're going to be capped on crests. Alright? But you are going to be able to buy 266 adventure for Season 2, which is a lot higher than 246. Okay? So, if you are using crests for item level gear, if you are using field accolades, I meant to say field accolades, because field accolades won't reset, okay? So, your field accolades won't reset. So, if you are using field accolades, okay, for gear, not transmog, save it, okay? If you are using it to get transmog, you can still use it. You know, if you need the tier sets, do that. But if you are buying it for gear, wait till the patch. Okay, because, yeah, with 200 field accolades, you can get 266 gear versus 246. Alright, and then for 750, you get 279 gear, okay, instead of 259. So you're literally gaining 20 item levels on your field accolades purchase if you're purchasing it for item level. Alright? So I do recommend to save those. And you can start stockpiling them for catch-up gear. Because you can get a full set of Veteran Track 279 gear, which can be upgraded to 295. Alright? I think it goes all the way up to 295. To match the Void Forge. So that's a pretty big item level, but I will say this. In that first week, you are going to be capped on crests for Season 2, so I wouldn't recommend blowing all your crests on this veteran gear, but it is going to be a lot bigger item level. So, and it is going to be on the veteran track, so I do recommend saving your field accolades if you use them for gear. Alright? Not transmog. Alright, and that's basically it. I just wanted to show off the item level stuff. And as you can see, look, all this Season 1... Oh, this Season 1 gear right here. This Season 1 gear is just stuck. It's just stuck at its item level in the new season. Alright? But you will be able to turn your field accolades into the new item level stuff, which will be upgradable. And these will be convertible. So don't sleep on this. I just wouldn't recommend upgrading this gear, right? You can get a full set of veteran gear for the new patch, which I think would be cool. But I wouldn't recommend throwing your crests into it and wait for the season to start and then do stuff in the season. Alright, but that's what's happening to Void Assaults and Ritual Sites. Like I said, Ritual Sites will still be there. I don't think Ritual Sites will be worth it, but they'll still be there to do for achievements and whatnot. And you get field accolades out of them. But that's it. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.